Okay, now 2012, question 2. So let fx equals x plus 1 and gx equals 2x. And well, then it tells you the definition of composite functions, which should be conventional, I suppose. Okay, so it just to make sure that we all are on the same page. So question 1, show that, well, part I suppose, show that f squared g equals to g of f. Okay, this is just pure computation, right? So what would that equal to? So I do g first and then I add 2. So both of these will yield 2x plus 2. Okay, that's trivial, I'm not gonna do it. Okay, note that g f squared g equals to 4x plus 4. Find all the other ways of combining f and g that result in the function 4x plus 4. Okay, so what we agreed that we definitely need to do 2 times g, because I need the 4 here, right? Because f only adds a constant. Okay, so now the thing is, how many times do I do f? What choices have I got? Okay, suppose that I do g 2 times and then f 4 times. That's possible, right? So I could do f 4 times, and obviously the maximum is 4 times, right? So can I completely not do f? No, that makes no sense, right? Can I do f only once? That's also not okay, right? That's also not okay. Oh no, that's fine. Okay, you could do it once. Okay, what I'm chatting about. Okay, you could do it once, yes. Could you do it twice? Yes. Could you do it 3 times? Yes. Well, possible, right? Okay, so we just have to consider all the possibilities. So suppose we do it 4 times. Well, then the order has to go what? If it's 4 times, then I'm sure that is f f f f g g. Right? I have to multiply this thing by 4 and then add the 1 one by one, right? Okay, now what if I do it 3 times? If I have 3 f's. Okay, so one of the plus ones has to be multiplied by 2. Okay, one of the plus ones has to be multiplied by 2, i.e. it has to go how? It has to do this, right? ffg fg. This is the only possibility, I believe. Do correct me if I'm wrong though. I think that's the only way to do it for 3 f's. Okay, now how about 2 f's? What does 2 f's mean? Well, that means that each one of them is multiplied by 2. So fg f f no wait, let me do this properly. So this g f f g, right? Oh, well, that's the example actually. Okay, that's for f 2 times. And how about if I've only f 1 time? Well, then both of the g's has to cover the f, right? The plus 1 has to be multiplied by 2 times. Okay, so I think those are all the possible ways. Okay, I hope I've covered all of them, hopefully. Okay, all right, let's do part 3 then. Let I, j, k greater or equal to 0 be integers. Determine the function. Oh, okay, that is interesting. Okay, so, well, we just have to do it, right? So f to the k of x, what is that? Well, that's in the example. That is just x plus k, right? X plus k. Okay, now, and then I do g on that. I do g on that. So if I do g on that, then I multiply that by 2. Okay, then I do this thing plus j, right? By example again, and I g, and I add I. Will we agree? Okay, so now let's look at here. What's happening here? So I have, well, expand the whole thing. So I have 2 lots of 2x plus 2k plus j plus I. Okay, well, what does that suggest to me? That means that 4x plus 4k plus 2j plus I. Okay. So now, if I need to, I want 4x plus m, right? I want you know, look at the next part. I want 4x plus m. So I need to do g 2 times essentially. Right. If I have to do g 2 times, then my combination has to be in the form that part 3 suggested. Right? It has to be f somewhere. Right? F somewhere. Okay, and from part 3, I know that it takes this form. This 4x plus 4k plus 2j plus I. So essentially what I need is 4m has to be equivalent to what? 4m is equivalent to, this is lagging really bad. 4m is equivalent to 4k plus 2j plus I. Okay. So now the question becomes, well, how do I choose m, right? Question becomes, how do I choose m properly? Right? Or like, how do I choose, okay, the other way around. How do I choose kj and I properly to make the m? to make the m that I decide. Okay, so well, what would be a good way of doing this? So k could be what? Let's set k first. K could be from 0 to m, right? We agree? Okay, and well, if k is 0, then you've got choices for j as well, right? You've got choices for j, and we agree that I has to be an even number, right? We agree that I has to be an even number. Well, then you just have to count properly. I'm afraid this question is just a simple counting question, right? So if you suppose this is 0, well, then you you generally count properly. I mean, I don't know how to explain this well, I suppose. So okay, how about this? Let's say I have a 4a in general equals to 2j plus I. Let's simplify to this. Then how many j and i's could I choose in terms of a? Well, if you pick j, we agree that if we pick j, then the I is fixed. If I pick j, the I is fixed, right? Because I have to make the 4a that I decide. Okay, so how many ways do I have for picking my j? How many ways is there? Well, I could have a over 2 ways. Yes or not? Let's see. Wait, now I'm really confused. So yeah, 8 over 2, right? Or yes, 8 over 2, or not? No. 2a ways, right? 2a ways. Okay, scrap what I just said. 2a ways. Okay, so if I have 2a ways for picking my j, then I have 2a ways for picking my I, because my I is fixed due to the j. Okay, let's come back here then. Suppose k is 0. When k is 0, how many ways have I got then? Well, I have 2m ways, right? I have 2m ways of choosing my j. Right? Okay, when k is 1, what happens? When k is 1, what is this equivalent to? This is equivalent to saying 4 of m minus 1 plus, 4 of m minus 1 equals to 2j minus I, or 2j plus I, right? And as I said, how many ways are there? Plus 2 times m minus 1. And the sequence continues, right? Plus 2 times m minus 2 and so on. Okay, now what happens when k is exactly m? Well, then you have 0 ways, right? 2 times 0. And you know how to do this, right? So this is equivalent to 2 times m plus 1 over 2, which gives m times m plus 1, which is quite a beautiful result, I think. Okay, you can't see, right? Okay, there you go. Yeah, it's quite a pretty result. So sorry for the, my brain not working there. I had to think about that. Okay, so yeah, part 4 is highly dependent on part 3. So, when you do these questions, always think about, why do the previous parts exist? That's also a really important thing. Right, that's also how they set the questions, essentially, right? So, it might be sensible to think along those lines. Okay, end of the question then.